Hey, everybody. You already know what that horn means. It means it's about to go down for at least 60 minutes. Come on. Yeah. So, we have some things to discuss. Okay. These tariffs are getting out of hand. I know we talked about it in the past, but we're going to talk about later. Nikon, that's right. It's hitting close to home. Nikon has officially announced just about a week or so ago that they will be raising their prices. So we're going to talk about that, some other little news, and just be talking about photography in general. So as we wait, as folks come on in, when you come on in, please let me know where you are tapping in from. All right. I'd love to know what city, etc. Where you at. Post it in the live chat. Come on. I have been right now really working on my lighting. Let me know what you think about this new lighting scheme I got back here. I'm using this little small rig RF10, this little 10-watt LED light, and it is creating some cool effects with this filter action going on, and I'm digging it a whole lot. So, but nonetheless, let's see here. As we wait, as folks come on in, I want to get ready later on to talk about this Nikon situation. And also, I want to talk about a new lens that I have been reviewing for the past week or so. And it's super duper fun, meaning that I was actually surprised I enjoyed using this lens as much as I have. And it's for Z-Mount, as you can tell in the title. It's the Viltrox 28mm pancake lens. And I just want to share with you my first initial opinions, etc. But I think a lot of you out there would enjoy this lens. Let's see here. In the meantime, let's get the business stuff out of the way, shall we? Let's get the business stuff out of the way. First and foremost, go ahead. If you haven't already, shame on you. Okay. And go ahead and follow me on Facebook and Instagram and all that other good stuff right there, and TikTok as well. And I'm very active on Instagram. So if you're not like on YouTube and you want to comment or like send me a DM, Instagram is probably going to be the best route. Facebook, I am too, and all the other platforms, but Instagram, I'm super tough on aside from here on YouTube. What else is there? I do want to let you know, of course. Let me get this stuff out. There we go. There we go. All right. Of course, if you want to support the channel, one of the best ways is to pick up one of my fashion photography Lightroom presets. If you enjoy how my photos come out on my Instagram, well, guess what? More than likely, I used one of my presets right here to start editing the photos. And as you know, presets are a great launching point for creative ideas, for you to be able to maybe twist, turn, and see what you like. But ultimately, these are just nice, quick ways to get your photo looking really nice and saucy. And the one thing I do is, like, presets to me help me save time. And I enjoy shooting. I enjoy trying to get the client or the project and putting it all together. I don't want to spend that much more time in post than I need to. And that's where my presets really help me personally to save time in the long run. Because who wants to be editing all dang day? It's not that serious. Most of your stuff will probably go on social media where they compress it anyway. As I said earlier, if you're tuning in, thank you for those who are watching. Feel free to let me know where you are tapping in from. All right, I would love to know. Let's see here. Also, there's a few ways. If you feel like it, you're more than welcome to support the channel through super chat, super stickers, and or become a member of this channel, which I'm actually revising. So probably super chat and super sticker is the best way to go if you feel like you want to. If not, hey, you know what? It's not a big deal. I'm here to have fun and talk photography, obviously, for the next hour. And today is going to be really about Nikon and overall these tariffs, right? Next week, I do want to let you know, we will be talking about, here it is. It is what it is, but we have to talk about it. We are discussing AI in photography. We really need to talk about this. This needs to be part of the conversation, whether you're doing this for fun or if you're doing it professionally. AI is here to stay, and it's best that we get ahead of the curve. It's best that we embrace this technology and before we get ran over by it. Okay, that's the way I figure it. And there are ways that I use AI, and I think a lot of you out there can use it as well in your own way. And I'm not talking about taking pictures for you, but definitely helping you out in many ways. So we'll talk about that next week on the Let's Talk Photography podcast. So definitely stay tuned for that. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, there we go. So that's what I have planned for next week. Again, Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, we got, there's more stuff I have on a calendar too. I'm looking forward to bringing to all of you out there. So now, with that said, let's get to the product highlight of the day, shall we? And it's this right here. Check this out. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. It's the Viltrox autofocus 28 millimeter f4.5 Z lens. That's right, for our Nikon mirrorless cameras out there. And when they first reached out to me, this is not a paid sponsorship or anything like that. What the hell? There we go. I like Viltrox. I've used some of their stuff. I really like what they've been up to with the 35-1.2 and the 135 f1.8. So when they reached out about this, take a look at it, give us your opinion. I was like, hell yeah, I will. And if you've been subscribed to my channel, I did a quick unboxing of it in my YouTube shorts. So click on shorts on that section, on that tab, excuse me, on my YouTube channel. You can check it out there. I really am having a lot of fun reviewing this lens. Let me see if I give you guys, I don't want it to focus on my face. There we go. So metal construction, right? It's real nice. I like that it has this little, what do you call it? Lens cover, built-in lens cover right there. Pretty cool. Super thin, which I really like and appreciate. And it's a 28 millimeter, so it's wide without being too wide. Now, the thing is, right here, let me see if you guys can see that. It's obviously, as you know, f4.5, and it's a fixed aperture. It's a fixed aperture, fixed focal length, fixed aperture. Okay, and it was actually super fun that it was fixed. At first, I was like, oh shoot, I can't change my my aperture. I was trying to close it. And I had a lot of fun using this. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, you do have USB-C for firmware updates right there. Right there. And I've been having a lot of fun with this lens. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm recording the last piece of content. So a full review of the lens will be coming within the week. So stay tuned for that. And I've been shooting landscape, well, cityscape, really, because I'm in a city. Cityscape, and travel photography based kind of photography, some street stuff. And look at the form factor on my Z6 Mark III. This is a Z6 Mark III. And look at that. I mean, if I had the ZF, this would definitely live on a ZF. But the ZF has, I believe, a 28 millimeter anyway. But at either hood, look at this. Nice small form factor. It fits into a very small camera bag I have. And whoop, take some pictures. And whenever I use this, I never felt that it was too wide. Like I needed to zoom in. Because I've been using it more for street and travel photography kind of scenarios. And it always felt just right. I like the fact that it's obviously a fixed focal length, but being that it's an aperture too, I really just need to worry about like using the shutter speed for correcting exposure, etc. And that was kind of fun. It was fun because I just had to worry about framing, getting composition, and just taking a photo. And sometimes, like when you use a zoom, you're thinking way too much. You might take 3 shots, a close up, a wide, and an extreme wide or something. And you just get lost in taking photos versus enjoying the situations and getting that one shot and leaving, or just enjoying the moment. And even though I was always with someone, I never felt like I got disconnected with my time with that other person by taking a quick photo. And I think it's because of the fixed aperture and obviously the fixed focal length. It helped me to just slow down the process and enjoy taking that shot. And I didn't take a whole lot of photos to get the one that I liked, and I like that. I think it was because obviously I'm more conscious to how the composition is, and it made me actually enjoy taking photos. And it wasn't for Instagram. It wasn't for um, my portfolio or anything. It was just taking photos to take photos, and that was really fun. And this lens is only like 199. It's only like 199, and to bring that kind of joy back for 200 bucks, that's a steal, and the quality of built is nice too. So if you got a Z lens, I have the link in the description down below for you to check out this lens for yourself. It's a really fun lens, and for street and travel, etc. You could throw this in your camera bag, and it takes up absolutely no space at all, literally no space at all, and you could get back to doing some cool street stuff with a 28 mil. So there you go. Shout out to Whoops. Yep, well, that too. But shout out to Viltrox for this cool, fun lens. So anyway, let's get to let's see here. I think we got a couple of comments. Yes, we do. Oh, am I picking up the S1 too? You know what? That's a great question. I was just contemplating that earlier today, quite honestly, and I'm really itching to see what they do about the S1H camera line. Lumix has been, quite honestly, I think this year is Lumix's year. Let's be truthful. Come on now. Let's be truthful. I think this year is Lumix's year. They killed it with the S1 R2 and all that stuff. And now the S1 2 is freaking amazing. It has everything I want, basically. I'd like to know that it has unlimited record time. I gotta double check that part. But either way, it looks like a phenomenal camera. But I'm actually hoping for a cinema based camera that is more like a box camera. So something that replaces my S1H. I have the S1H, it's right over there. And if I could get a camera from Lumix that replaces the S1H, I'm thinking if it's 8K, open gate, unlimited record time up to 4K 60, full frame, not 1.1, but zero crop at 4K 120. What is it? What is about to say? ProRes RAW internal, those sort of things. That would be the camera I would buy in 2 seconds. And the reason why I say that is because I was just looking at the Pixis 12K, and for $5,000, like $2 extra $1,000, you get 12K. And if I'm in development of like 2 feature films, that camera would do everything I need. And that's only $2,000 more. So I'm like, but then when the tariffs came, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna pay another $500 just because there's a tariff when it was just 5,000. So I'm hoping to God there's a S1H. If by the end of the year or closer to there isn't, and it's just S12, it's starting to look better by the moment because I do like the form factor. I really do, but I'd like a cinema dedicated camera. That's what I really want. But it's a phenomenal camera. So sorry, long-winded answer, but that's my opinion. Malcolm, what's going on, man? Hey, no problem. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in, brother. E-Man says, I'm looking to add another wide angle lens to go with the Z6 III and the Tamron 35-150, thinking of getting this. Yeah, that's a great lens. You can't go wrong with it, especially if you're doing travel or candid photography, let's say at a wedding reception or something like that. That's going to be a great run and gun. I have, for the Z6 III, I bought the 24-120 f4 lens, and I absolutely love it for the same reasons. For the same reasons I just said, an ultimate travel lens, ultimate zoom, I think, for traveling, lightweight, etc. So that's what I went with. But if you go with the 35-150, I certainly can't fault you for that. I've heard nothing but great things about that lens, so definitely enjoy that. If you're looking for a wide angle, you said a wide angle, huh? Well, if you get that, then you might as well, for $200, the 28 mil prime, you never know. You never know. That might be able to add a little bit more just in case that 35 isn't wide enough for when you're traveling, and being so small, guess what? It won't weigh you down. So there you go. Hey, what's going on? Let me see. I'm gonna mess up this name. I already know. Bagnam. Thanks for checking in with me. Very much appreciate it. And if you guys haven't noticed, on the lower left corner right here, look at that right there. You can see your chats popping up like it's Twitch now. It's a new feature on StreamYard. Very cool. So everybody's comments, etc., will pop up. So the more that happens, the more it pops up. So there you go. All right. It's a pretty cool thing. The StreamYard is actually pretty dumb easy to use, but I'm glad that they are currently adding cool features. By the way, if you haven't already, please smash that like, that share, and yes, subscribe. But most importantly, hit that bell icon to get notifications for upcoming content. And yes, these live streams. So come on. All right. So let's see what else we got here. Let's talk about some breaking news stuff, shall we? Let's talk about some breaking news. All right, there we go. Look at that. I spare no expense for all of you out there. First thing is, what I've been noticing is that a lot of camera lens companies lately are like, they're releasing cine lenses, right? As if their life depended on it. And T. Artisan, which I worked with just recently with the 85 f1.8 lens for L-mount, feel free to check that review out. They just came out with their Infinity full frame cine prime lenses. Okay, for professional quality for around $800, probably a pop, more than likely. Let's take a look at this. First of all, they come in the black and white. Obviously, they look really nice. It's a huge line from 16. That's a huge set. I love that. 16 all the way up to 135 mil. That really covers a lot of bases. And look, it actually comes in E, Z, RF, and L mount. Okay. Wait, with adapters, filmmakers can use the new lens on all major. Oh, okay. You have to probably get an adapter. I was about to say, damn, if they had it that many. Let me see if this goes somewhere. Oh, okay. Look at this. So here we are. So it comes in EF and PL mount. I would probably get the PL mount, quite honestly. Get the PL mount. But wow, this is great. Suray 2 months ago came out with their set of lenses, the VP1 lenses, and I bought that set. And now this set comes with a whole gang of them, from T2.1 to 2.5. And let's just see what the complete set cost. Let's just play with our pockets. Ooh, Jesus. $5,500 for a cool 55. But you know what? For pro lenses, for a whole set, that's pretty good. That's not bad at all, you know? But shoot, I don't have 5,500. And if I did, I'd buy a camera right about now. That's the same price as the Pixis 12K. You know, I'd probably do that. Um, oh wait, equipped with 7 Artisan RFZEL adapter. Oh, oh, that's what's up. So you have the PL to L mount or PL to Z adapter. That's starting to look very cool. That's very, very cool. That's exactly what Suray did. They included multiple adapters, and that's why I picked it up so I could use it for the Z cameras and my L mount cameras. So that's pretty dope. That's pretty good. I hope brands start picking up on that idea. Um, these lenses look really nice. I wish I could test them out. Good Lord. Test out all of them. But these are they look beautiful. Obviously, I haven't used them, so I can't give you my honest opinion, but it really got me thinking about what these lens companies are doing, because I'm not sure if many of you know. Hold on, let me get back here. That Sigma just announced their new set of cine lenses, and that have a different optical formula than their original cine lenses. And so you have them, you have seven artisans, Suray. A lot of other brands are making, how can you say, budget-minded, budget-friendly set of cine lenses. Sigma may not be as much, but the point is that these brands are making sure that not only are they creating an array of still photography glass, but also cinema dedicated glass as well. And I'm not sure if many of you know, but about 2 years ago, I've been preaching from the mountaintop like Moses that video is the future. And a lot of you who want to make some extra money off of your hobby or off of your passion with photography, it's best that you also know some video as well. The majority of the income I've earned this year has been from video clients. And there's a lot you could for your 1 hour of time, you're able to charge a lot more than just still photography. Now, that doesn't mean you need to get these kind of lenses or cinema dedicated lenses, but I just want you to see the writing on the wall. I want you to see that if they're making these moves, the industry is shifting, or may not shifting, but how can I say, the lines are being blurred between still and video because of our mirrorless cameras. And it's best that you understand that the client at the end of the day are going to expect you to be able to do both, have the capacity to. Okay. So if you don't and you're trying to make some money, I highly recommend working with somebody and teaming up with them that knows how to do it. And then, mark up their service 20, 30%. That's what I would do. But that's just me. Let's see. It looks like we got a comment here. I really like using anamorphic lenses. I want to buy some regular cine lenses to go with Suray anamorphic. Well, you know what, man? Malcolm, as you know, I did the unboxing of the Suray VP1 cine lenses. They're full frame. Hold on. Here we go. This bad boy right here is the carrying case. So this I bought from their Indiegogo or their Kickstarter. When they had the Kickstarter for this, I was able to save like, I don't know how much percent, but I saved. Dang it. And I got it because Malcolm, it comes with an E-mount adapter, it comes with an L-mount adapter, RF, and Z-mount. I was like, hell yeah, I'm getting this set. So if I could ever open it, there we go. Look at this. Look at that. Right there. Okay. And here are the adapters for each of the mounts: L mount, Z mount, RF, and the E mount. Well, right now I have it on L mount. I have all the L mount. And here you go. Like for instance, here's the RF. It wants to get my face. There we go. This one's for RF, I think, or R. Yeah, right there. Let me see if it is. Yeah, R mount right there. And then you just unscrew it with 4 simple screws. It comes with a little screwdriver in here, and you're able to unscrew it. So I'm guessing the 7 Artisan lenses come that way too, where you could just easily unscrew it. It's super simple to do. I really like these lenses because they're 67 millimeter filter thread, so they're super lightweight, small and compact. Build quality is solid. All metal construction, super smooth throw, and it's a 200-degree throw on that, a 200-degree. So Malcolm, this is probably the best affordable set for sure. It's only like, I want to say $1,700 for all 3 lenses, plus the carrying case. It's a Pelican style carrying case. So that's what I did. It comes with a 24, a 35, and a 50. And they said they're going to come out with a 16 and a 75 millimeter in the future. And that's all full frame glass, Malcolm, all full frame. All right. Yeah, thank you. So I'm just sharing with you what I actually bought. They didn't send it to me. They have no clue about me talking about it. I bought it because I knew it was a dang deal. Okay. Exactly. So, but of course, like, you know what's in my cart right now? Here, guys, I'm going to show you what's in my Amazon cart. So I'm not just trying to peddle cine lenses. I think there's a time and place for both kind of lenses. All right. Here's my cart. Let's see if you guys can see it. Let's look what's in my Amazon cart right now. Okay. Bam. These 2 bad boys right here. These 2, like I'm about to pull this trigger. You wouldn't believe it. I'm about to pull this trigger. Okay. The 16 mil f1.8 Z. Okay. I think that's phenomenal. 16 mil for I want to do some really ultra wide portraits and just see how they come out. I think it will come out super cool and stylized, but also for video, right? And then the 135 f1.8 lab Z-Mount lens, because you already know I love that Plena. But boy, this, come on, $900. Come on now. Come on now. Exactly. So these are the 2 that I'm literally 2 seconds away from pulling the trigger on. So the moral of the story is that even though I'm building out a cine line of dedicated lenses, right, I'm also still concentrating on having very still photography centric lenses too. Okay. I think both sides of the game are important, and they both play a role significantly. And these are all tools. When you have the time to be precise and where precision matters and give you a more of a cinematic aesthetic, well, the cine lenses are there. But if you need quick and you're on the go and you're just a run and gun kind of a guy, you want a lens with autofocus, shorter focus throw, etc., so you could get in, get out. Well, the autofocus still photography lenses is going to be your best bet. All right, that's just the way it is. I'm amazed how nice the build quality is on a cheaper 133 APS-C zero. Yes, absolutely. You can pick those up. Exactly. No, you're absolutely right, Malcolm. My first Sue-Ray lens. Hold on, guys. I'm showing you guys receipts, okay? Check this out. Check this out. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. We have my first Sue-Ray lens right here. It's the 50 millimeter T2.9 anamorphic with a funky squeeze of 1.6. All right. And I bought this. It's for L mount, by the way. I like using Panasonic for video. And in my Nikon cameras, if I'm a one-man bandstand, the Nikon is going to be the jam. And then Nikon for my still photography. But look at that. Beautiful. Now, this is for full frame. This was their first full frame anamorphic lens that they made. I bought, and that's how I was able to trust them, because I did this for their Kickstarter. and they came through obviously. And then when they came out with that full frame set, those aren't anamorphic. I decided to jump on that as well. So check this thing out, man. Now this is a chunker of a lens. I'm not gonna lie, but the build quality, phenomenal. Hello, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
All right, 82 millimeter filter thread. So you could put circular polarizer right here, no problem. But boy, oh boy, you already know it's super fun to use, baby. Super fun to use. So, yeah, I love it. I love it. So, yeah, if you have the APS-C version of Sirui lenses, I think their first one was the 50 mil, the 50 f1.8 or something like that. Those things are awesome because they're tiny as hell and they look great. So, can't be denied, especially for their Micro Four Thirds when they had the Micro Four Thirds one. Those are awesome. Mark Man's in the house. I ended up buying the Blazer Mantis, waiting for it. There you go, brother.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That's amazing. Wow. Hey, Mark, send me a pic of that. DM me a pic of that when it arrives. Shout out to you. So yeah, the Blazer, I've heard great things about that lens. How good is the 51.2 for the Nikon for video? Honestly, it's really, really good. Little did you know, a lot of the 51.2 is fantastic. I actually film all of my, not this talking head, but my other talking head video for YouTube when I have other background. That's what I use, and it's great for autofocus. It's phenomenal for portraits, obviously at 1.2. It's a beast of a lens. It's definitely probably my most used Nikon lens, quite honestly. I need to get more lenses so I can stop using it as much. But it's so useful in so many ways. I put it on the Z6 Mark III, autofocus, boom, my videos come out like this. I never have to go up and try to, worry about the focusing or anything. I just make sure I'm framed up right with an external monitor. And that 51.2 is a beast.
Oh yeah.
So definitely worth the money. It's not cheap, as you know, but man, that 51.2, woo-wee. And it's heavy though, too, but it's still gorgeous. You got to take one for the team, All right, so I'm making all this, taking up all the space with these lenses. What a problem. It's a first world issue. Cool. Malcolm comes back. I think with all manufacturers, they are making sure all the new photo lenses and very well suited. Yeah, 100%. That was the one thing I liked about Sigma. Their art lenses were, they had video and photo in mind, especially the DGDN versions. The DGDN versions of the Sigma art, yeah, 100%. They had video and photo in mind. That's why their Cine lenses, their first set were basically, they're still innards made into a Cine lens body, right? So it'll give you the same optical performance and color, contrast, etc. So, but I love that. I think for now, because I will be learning and running gun, I was going to get the 51.2. Okay, it depends how much light you need, but running and gunning, I use the 50. I use a 24-120 f4 lens, Markman, and I absolutely loved it. Yeah, you may have to. I'm not sure what the lighting condition of where you're shooting, but the 24-120 is super light, and when you're shooting for an extended period of time, okay, and it's only like $900, and that thing is, or $1,000, something like that, and that thing is freaking great. It's a great lens. The 24-120 f4 is phenomenal. And that f4 means whoever your subject is going to be in focus at f4. They're going to be in focus. There's no like, oh, just the nose is in focus or whatever. You're going to get generally that person in focus, and that's what I did on the on my Ronin RS3 Pro for a wedding I shot last month. I had the Z6 Mark III on the gimbal, and then I had the 24-120, kept it open at f4, and I rock and rolled. And the only thing I had to touch was maybe the ND filter, depending on where I was going. and stuff like that. So that was my running gun is with the Z6 Mark III is at 24 to 120 f4. But that's just me. Now the f51.2, if you're doing like during the wedding, I shot their vow exchanges, like they're reading their letter to themselves and a letter to each other, the bride and groom. And I used the 51.2 to shoot that portion so I could get a nice compressed background and stuff like that. So that's just me. Also, not gonna lie, I'm gonna wait for the 35.1.2. Oh, 100%, brother, 100%. Whoop. You don't know how many times, at least once a week, I refresh Amazon and double check, and they still only have it for E-mount. But yeah, if that 35 comes for the f1.2, that's going to be hard pressed to not want to get that over the Nikon. And that's the thing. Like when I have, when I see this here, look, a 16 mil prime for less than $600. Come on now. And the 135 f1.8, and people liked it. They just said it wasn't maybe as good as the Plena, but like, come on now, how do you beat $900? You get both these lenses. Now, here's my thing: when you're shooting video, in my opinion, having a wide lens, oh God, it comes in handy way more than you think. Way more than you think. Now I like a 24 mil. It's cool. It's wide, but it's like a basic wide, right? You're not going to get terrible distortion, and depending on the aperture, you're not going to get a horrible amount of vignetting. But the aperture you're using, I mean. But sometimes you need that 20. Sometimes you need that 16, and that's why I'm looking at that 16 mil is because there have been times when I'm shooting video where I'm like, damn, I need that extra space, And if you're shooting 6K, editing on a 1080 or 4K timeline, that will give you that much more to maneuver your footage. And yeah, shooting video, I realized I do want a wider one. That's why I'm hoping Sue-Ray comes out with a 16 or a 20 mil cine lens, because boy, it would come in handy big time, especially when you want to create establishing video or still photography shots and include the background, include the atmosphere, include the environment, without having to step way further back. So just saying, don't forget about lenses that are, wider than a 24 is all I'm saying. They come in handy. It's like a macro lens. You may not use it every day, but shoot, you're glad you got it. Hello. That's just my opinion. I barely use my macro, but the times I do, I'm like, ooh, only a macro can get me that kind of a shot. So just saying, just keep that open. And now that we have all these third-party lenses creating good lenses, to your point, Mark, man, hey, save yourself $1,500 and go pick up a Viltrox. And I can almost guarantee you, your clients, your subjects don't fucking know, people. Come on. They don't know. We know because it's our business and we're all nerds here. I get it. But your client, they don't freaking know. They don't care. They don't care if it's a Viltrox lens or a Sony lens. They don't care. We get it half the time for bragging rights. Let's be honest. Okay? Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
All right? It's because we want to feel like we're winning. But, by the time your photo gets to Instagram, no one gives a hoot, Nanny. Look, come on now. King Crook says, I am ready for some Nikon cine lens. You know what? I'm glad you said it. That actually brings me to some of this other news I got right on over here. Thank you, King Crook. I appreciate you kind of reminding me of what I want to talk about next. All right. Where are we? Check this out. If you haven't seen on NikonRumors.com, but Nikon ZR will be the next Z-Mount camera with red tech. And that kind of leads me into what you're saying. you know, about Nikon or Nikkor cine lenses. And it got me thinking this morning, ironically, when I was in the shower. Hello. Okay. And it got me thinking. It said, I was like, yo, what would be, because I was listening to the Petapixel podcast, shout out to them. And they were talking, had that interview with the CEO of Sigma. And they were talking about like, what was he saying? He was talking about, you know, development timelines and how long it took for them to come up with this and that and the third, you know, R&D. And I said, you know, shoot, what would be easier? You know, Nikon coming out with a cine camera or a set of cine lenses? Well, clearly, I think the camera would be a lot easier and a lot faster. You come out with one body, boom, you're in the game. And obviously, this kind of news is letting me know that is the case, right? So it's been reported that the next Nikon announcement will be for a cine camera with a Z-mount and red tech. And no, we're not talking about a red camera with a Z-mount, like an actual Nikon ZR, which is the probably going to be that fusion camera between the two, where I'll have red tech in it, but yet Nikon probably, you know, how can it sensibility, if you will, you know, body wise, right? It won't be a box camera probably. But I'm excited to see what it may be. I'm thinking it'll still have that mirrorless form factor with red tech. You're gonna be able to shoot R3D profile, ProRes, and everything else. I pray it's open gate. I'm sure it will be, because if you're doing red tech, you're probably gonna have that in there. Now, if it's what's that shutter? If it's Jesus, global shutter, that'd be impressive. But it may not, just to keep the cost down to a minimum, because then now you're in the red line and you might as well go for a Komodo X or something like that. If they did, I'm thinking it's gonna be definitely over $4,000, that's for sure. I think it'd be closer to 5. Okay, because they're gonna be targeting serious video enthusiasts, filmmakers, etc. And that's where they're gonna go. It'll be more based, obviously, in the cinema realm, even if it does have a mirrorless body, because then it'll be disrupting the Z9, etc. The Z9 is what, 55, 5100 or so if it's on sale, stuff like that. So I'm thinking it's going to be up closer to that price. It will definitely destroy the Komodo, the baseline $3,000 Komodo. That will disappear. That's why they're trying to sell it. That's why they lower the price. They're going to get rid of it. Okay. If you still have it, congrats, Mazel Tov, but don't buy it. I'm telling you right now, do not buy the Komodo. Do not buy it. Also, they're going to introduce this as a full frame watch. Watch what I say. That's why it says right here, Z6 III sensor inside. So it may not be 8K if it's Z6 III sensor. Maybe it'll stick at 6K. But either way, if it's a full frame, that's an upgrade. Hello. So that's what I think it's going to be. It's going to be very video centric based. It may be able to take photos, but who would buy it to take photos? You'd be a fool. It's like buying a Pixis and saying, I want to take a photo with it. Okay. I'll be the first one to comment, you fool. And then even if it's that would be a major upgrade, because then you'll get that much more depth of field. And so that'll be great. You can work with full frame lenses. You already have with the Z-mount, you already have Z-mount lenses everywhere, you know, the Suray, Nikkor, Viltrox, all these brands. So you already have a customer who's tapped into the Z-mount lenses. So there's plenty of them out there. A very large LCD screen. Okay, we'll see. I don't think that's I mean, it's nice to have one. Like the Pixis has it on the side, and who else has a large one? Blackmagic's 6K Pro or whatever. Those are great, but I always throw a monitor on mine. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I have a monitor over there, and I have 4 different monitors, so I rather use the monitor. So it doesn't matter to me. And it says official announcement expected later this year. I'm thinking it would be, if it's announced later this year, it'll be available Q1 of 2026, clearly, right? But I think this would be super duper fun. Similar to the FX3. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying, but I think it will smash the FX3. But that's just my opinion. And yes, I am biased. All right. I think it will smash it in many ways because Sony loves to cheapskate their features. Nikon and Lumix are the two brands that religiously give you everything they possibly can in their cameras. I don't care what anybody says. If I'm lying, post your comment. Okay? If I'm lying, Nikon and Lumix give you so much features that are just firmware updates. Okay? It's not you have to buy another camera. Those two brands, to me, I feel future proof because a lot of times it's a firmware update, not an entirely new camera that you need. One of the latest updates, what is it? Lumix did a firmware update last month. And guess what's in there now? It's the hybrid zoom thing. Okay. Just like Nikon has. It only took a firmware update. I didn't have to buy a new camera. It was a firmware update, and now I can do power zoom. It's so cool. All right. So shout out to Nikon and Lumix. That you really get bang for your buck when you buy certain brands, and I don't have to be mad when a new one comes out and feel obsolete because that one stupid feature that I always wanted. We have the Z-Mount 2 now has I believe it has false colors inside. Come on, man. That is I don't know why it's so hard for all cameras to have it nowadays with a simple firmware update, but that's awesome. Okay. Usually you'd only get false colors with your external monitor, right? Not anymore. And then look, when Nikon came out with their power zooms and really dedicating power zoom technology into their Z lines, guess what? Lumix did a firmware update, boom, 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 boom. And now GH7, I believe, S5 Mark II, S5 Mark II X, all those cameras and up, power zoom it up. They call it hybrid zoom, I believe. Same thing. So anyway, I'm really excited for this. Now, I believe they will eventually start making their own lenses because they already have the capacity to make cine lenses, make still photography lenses. But I think that will be in another year because of the tech, the amount of, you have to create an assembly line. You have to create a prototype and make sure it all works right and all this other jazz. I think in the next year, they should do a cine lens of some sort. Maybe they'll come hard and come out with a full set, just like Seven Artisans. I mean, it doesn't involve autofocus and a lot of other things. It doesn't have, what do you call it, stabilization and all that jazz. So it's actually maybe easier, right? I hope they don't price theirs at Sigma's cine lines cost. That would suck. That would suck. Anywho, let's see here. Oh, we got a lot of comments today. Side note, I thought you would have sold your Nikon gear for the new Panasonic S1 II. Well, you're the second person to ask me about that. All right. I'm waiting. I'm real. Trust me, I am waiting for a S1H Mark II. Let me say it again. Whoops. A Lumix S1H Mark II. If we can get that, man, I'm in there. And if it's a box camera, I am so in there. Mark, man, I'm so close. Honestly, I was very close to getting the Pixis 12K L mount. Okay. Because I want to go hard. I'm planning on doing, I have, my film projects. I need a camera that does at minimum 6K. I would open gate, etc. But I really want the new tech in it. If the S1 II is about 90% there, open gate, hybrid phase detect, autofocus, all that good stuff, everything I want. I just want an S1H version. I want to be able to shoot and create files at 400 megabits a second, 300 megabits a second for I want color. 422 10-bit. You know, I want to do ProRes internal, stuff like that. So let's see what the S1H. Come on. We all can have a dream. Midwest AIV says, yeah, that's very true. Awesome. Thank you very much, sir. King Crocker says, S12 seems nice. I just have 0 L lenses. Dude, that thing is a beast. For $3,100, let's just, come on, let's think about it. What that camera offers for $3,100 is extremely remarkable. That's why if the S1H, when it first came out, the S1H first came out, it was $4,000. Even if it kept the same price at $4,000, S1H Mark II, we already know it's going to be a phenomenal camera. It's I would say it does 8K. If this camera does 6K, if it does 8K, and the S1H is going to be a beast. It'll be a beast, and you can't beat it for $4,000. It'd be a phenomenal camera. It would destroy the Pixel 6K, right? Because it crops heavily at 4K 120 and everything else. So if it does all that 4K 120, 0 crop, 4K 60, unlimited record time, oh my God. All right. So, but it is a nice one though. 3,100. Jeez. Midwest comes back. That S12 had me ready to sell my Z9 just because I don't use it enough. You know, I sold my Z9 because I wasn't using it enough when I had the Z8 and the Z6 Mark III. I love my Z6 Mark III for video just because of form factor. And obviously for photos, when I need it for clients, etc., high resolution, my Z8 is the win. So that's just me. Okay, that's just me. For real, if I have the time to acquire everything else, Lumix cameras take care of the rest. I got the open gate in Lumix. That's the one thing I wish Nikon, they got to get that open gate in there. You got to get that open gate. Boy, no one, oh my God. That'd be real tough. It'd be Nikon or Lumix for video cameras. I'm sorry, Sony. Sony isn't they're not, being as innovative as they were 5 years ago. They're not hitting it like that. And so Lumix and Nikon, they're throwing everything at the wall and at good prices. So it's hard to beat. Malcolm comes back. My wife surprised me with the Oreo Retropia lenses. It's that disposable camera lens in an Oreo shaped lens mount. What? Fixed 32 f11. It's a fun lens to use and shoot with. Right on, man. Hey, if you're having fun, I love it. Okay, because that's what I do here with this. Malcolm, is with this 28. This thing's only like $200, as I said earlier. Dude, this thing is so much fun to use. It's so much fun. If you have a Z-Mount, look at this thing. There we go. You have a Z-Mount. It's super fun to use. I love it. Fixed 28 mil with a fixed aperture of 4.5. Dude, I love this. Thing's fun. This thing's fun. Tomorrow, I'm finishing up my full review of the lens, everybody. So stay tuned. Let's see what we got here. So shout out to your wife, Malcolm. Manila says, the S12 looks fantastic. I just am not ready to invest in another system. I'm happier in Micro Four Thirds. Well, shout out to you, man. If you're happy, I'm happy, But I will have to say that compression on a full frame is pretty awesome. It's hard to go back. It really is hard to go back. So just try it out, teach all the new tricks. Here's the thing. If you go to S12, there's a gazillion third-party lenses in L mount right now that you don't have to feel like I have to get a Lumix lens. Okay. You get the Lumix tech, get Sigma lenses. That's what I would do. Get DGDN Sigma lenses. Boom, bada bing. I think that would be a phenomenal way to go. I've never had it focusing issues when I used a Sigma lens, being that it's L mount. And if you need cine lenses, you go to, T7 Artisans or Suray or somebody like that. Anyway, Manila, I totally understand, man. Keep making that good photos, man. I like seeing them. Roy comes in. I do like the Z lenses. I do too, man. I really do. Look at that. Bang, bang, bang. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah. Did the power zoom on the 4 Z6 II and Z. Yeah, they just did that latest firmware update and added those there. No surprise, but it's very good to know. I played with it on the Lumix camera, and it was actually pretty cool. It made me think that, like, if I have a 24-70 f2.8 lens, that means I can make it a 100 and plus millimeter f2.8 lens. Now, granted, from 70 mil forward, it's a digital zoom. So, take that with a grain of salt, but you still have it if you need it in a pinch. And that's pretty cool, because otherwise you'd have to use like a 24-105 or a 24-120 or something like that. So it's a cool feature, and it may help you again if you're a run and gun solo shooter. All these little features really help you to be that much more effective for yourself and for your client's work, right? Let's see here. I'm leaning towards the red Kimono X with the X mount, but also to rent out. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty smart if you rent it out to people. 100%. That's when you get your money back. Just make sure you have insurance in case they ding that thing up, and you char. And then what else is there? And you have something in there where in which um what is it? How can I say? Make sure that you have. I think the insurance is the biggest thing for sure. All right, but I'm not a lawyer, etc. Make sure if you do plan on renting your stuff out, I know people who rent out their cinema cameras. Make sure you have some contingencies in place to protect you, and that you can still charge it. But if they decide to run off with your Komodo, the Komodo X honestly is a beast of a camera. But I think, quite honestly, now that they're with Nikon, or Nikon, acquired them, I think they can do better, and they will. That's why I didn't jump at the Komodo X as fast as I wanted to. Yes, it has a dynamic range. Yes, the colors are outstanding. Yes, the performance is awesome. But I have a weird feeling that, like, if you could get similar features and specs out of a full frame version, Nikon ZR, that will be a dangerous camera. A dangerous camera. So that's why I didn't pull the trigger on 7000 yet. Mark, why don't you take a look at the Pixis 6K? Because if you were going to spend, I think it's 7,000 for the Komodo X. Take a look at the Pixis 6K. It's 5,500, 12K, 12K, Black Magic. Okay, take a look at it before you do that. That's a big price difference. You could go buy another lens. With the difference. Makes me wonder what Nikon did wrong with the sensor and the dynamic range on the Z6 Mark III. Dang, what do you think they did wrong? I never had a issue with the sensor, autofocus, or the dynamic range. And remember, like, dynamic range, I mean, it's good to have, etc. But you got to light your scene properly, understand what you're working with, use ND filters, and then, like, if you need some latitude, it's there, but it shouldn't be part of the equation, right? You got to get proper exposure yourself before you turn the camera on, or press record rather. So, but I've never had an issue with Z6 Mark III when it comes to the sensor or anything. The autofocus is very reliable. It was very reliable during my wedding. It was shockingly reliable. Um, but to each his own. Shout out to you. J Rod says, hello from Maryland. Hey, what's going on? Hold on. Yeah. J Rod's in the house. Let's see. Anything else? Boy, oh boy. Appreciate all the chatting going on here. Now we have Nikon Open Gate would be great in a smaller body. Yeah, I'm telling you, Open Gate. I wish the Z6 III had Open Gate, quite honestly. If it had 6K Open Gate, that would literally, it would be pretty much better than his Lumix S5 Mark II X. Because to get 6K, No, it does open gate. Excuse me. They have to do. Yeah, it would be better because Nikon, you could do ProRes RAW internally in the camera body, while the S5 Mark II X, you could do it externally via HDMI to an external recorder. So, like, I would need to use the Ninja 5 or something like that. And quite honestly, nowadays that I don't need. I shouldn't have to do all that. So if the Z6 Mark III had that open gate, that would literally and an internal fan. I wish I had an internal fan too, just so I could record forever. Well, not forever, but long enough. Roy comes in. If the Viltrox 28 was f2.8, then I get it. I see your point. But I'm not using this 28 for portraits, but for street or landscape or travel, just walking around for $200. Yeah, I know what you mean. 4.5 did throw me off for a hot second, but when I used it, actually had a lot of fun using it. But you're gonna see the photos. I have the you're gonna after tomorrow, I'll have all the photos I want to showcase in the video, and you'll see like it's a fun it's fun. It's just fun. So yes, I do wish it was for f2.8. It may have been bigger. I don't know if maybe that's it. Maybe they couldn't make it keep it as compact, right? If they made it 2.8. So that could have been a reason why. J Rod says, I am all set for gear now, but if a Z5 Hundo ever shows up, look out. Yeah, that D500 honestly was one of those cameras I regretted selling. Right, 10 frames a second at the time. That camera was great with autofocus. It was super fast. I loved that camera. And then I sold it to go to the mirrorless. Can you believe it? I sold it to go to mirrorless. J Rice says if the Z52 had IBIS and a faster sensor, it would be insane. But of course, that would add the cost. Yeah, keeping it under $2,000. They want this to be like a entry level or right above entry level, kind of a mirrorless camera. 100% full frame entry level camera. I think it is for them. But I keep hearing nothing but great things about that camera. It might be the best Nikon travel camera next to the Z5. It might be actually better because if it has the Z6 III AF in there. The Z6 III is tempting. This camera is so much fun. I made a video about the few things I wish they got right. But overall, dude, I use this camera. Look, I'm going to use this tomorrow. Look at the form factor. I'm going to get great photos. If I need video, I can just turn it on to video. I'm ready to get some great video. I really like this camera a hell of a lot. I really do. This was like one of the smartest cameras they made. It's like such a great middle of the road camera, the Z6 Mark III. I put my name on it. Let's see here. Maybe that is why Nikon won't make a Z500. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, they may even say the Z6 III would be the closest of if all, because the Z8, now you're getting higher megapixel. The Z6 III would be the closest to it, I would think, because I forgot how many megapixels that D500 was, but it would be closer to the Z6 III, I'm sure. I used to rent out cameras. Big mistake. Often came back damaged. Yeah, these people don't have investment in your camera, in your lens. If you do get your stuff back, and then and if they don't, well, they ran off with your lens for $75 or whatever it was. I'm out. Got to pick up 7200 2.8 from a buddy's bag for a shoot this weekend. Well, thank you for showing up, Malcolm. Appreciate it. Agreed. I think red is going to be much better now with Nikon. Oh, 100%. What they're going to be is more diverse, right? They're going to have a bigger array of cinema-based camera selection, that's for sure. And it's actually going to help, as we know, it's going to make Nikon that much more well-rounded too. So sharing of the tech, you have the still photography side, the lens side, of Nikon autofocus tech, right? And then also with the color science and cinema brand of red. So I mean, that was the smartest move they ever made. Now that ZR camera, if there is a ZR camera, I could almost bet my bottom dollar it'll have Nikon autofocus in it. So you have a full frame Nikon autofocus, red tech, red color science. Man, hide your credit cards. That's all I got to say. Hello. But that would be phenomenal, man. That would be crazy. Roy says, love that EVF on the Z6 III. Dude, I love this camera, man. I do. And I like that it fits in all my camera bags. And just FYI, I sold the ZF to get the Z6 Mark III. I sold my ZF, which I really enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie, once in a while I do kind of miss it just for street stuff, but that Z6 III is great. Anyway, but that is a common complaint about the noise. Oh, and most people are touting the image quality dynamic range on the S1 too. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, I haven't used the S1 II yet, so I can't really compare and give you my opinion. But that S1 II does look freaking amazing. But I've never had low light problems. But what have I done low light with the Z6 III? I've done more video low light, if anything, because of the wedding. J-Rod says, I have yet to get the 24 to 72.8 and the 7200, just have it needed. Wow, right on to you. Jeez, shout out to you. Okay. The one lens I haven't yet gotten was the 14 to 24 f2.8. Man, I want it. I know it'd be great to have, but then I see, lenses like this. Okay. Let me show you guys. For $1,500, I can get both these lenses, and I'm like, gosh, I guess I'll have to wait some more. But that is one of the things I haven't gotten myself, so don't feel bad. The 14 to 24 f2.8 Z lens would be great for video, and I just haven't gotten it yet. Dang, it is what it is. I've been looking at the D500 on eBay. Just can't do it. You know what? Just keep looking at it. You'll be all right. It's a great camera. It was phenomenal. Still is a great camera. I think that was their last best APS-C camera. And then the D850 was the best full frame camera. And then, but all good things must come to an end. Yeah, there you go. 750 Mark II. That camera there. Do you have that camera, J-Rod? You got that camera? Shoot. Oh, it was 20 megapixel. Okay, copy that. So yeah, the Z6 Mark III is probably like the closest, if anything, right? Midwest says the Viltrox 28 mil is $99 on B&H, but I have the Nikon 26 mil. Is it worth getting it? Dang. Oh, it is $99. My bad. Did I say $200? Let me hold on. Oh my goodness, everybody. I apologize. Right here. Okay, I apologize. Look at that. Can you guys believe that? Yeah, you can. It is actually $99. Dang, you really can't beat that. The link is in the description section down below. If you do want to check this lens out for yourself for Z-Mount, $99. Honestly, that's a damn steal. It's a fun lens. Now, that 26, the lens you're talking about, that was a great lens too. The 26 mil for Z-Mount. If you're going to get that, and if it's a f2.0, what is it? Let me see. Let me see what you said. You said 26 mil V-Mount. Okay, let's check that out. Oh, okay. So look at that. So you're going to get, another stop of light in this one. I'd stick with this one then, just for more light. Ooh, it's 4 times the price though. Okay. All right. Now you got me talking. That's four. Look at that. That's 4 times the price. You know, you do get a stop more light. If that isn't important to you, get that Viltrox for $100. $100. Why did I say 200? I was thinking of something else. But that was totally my mistake. Whoops. Viltrox 28. There it is. There it is in all its glory. Okay. $99. Dang, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. It's a fun lens, well built. So I'd probably, honestly, Midwest, I'd probably do the Viltrox for $100. You cannot lose $100. Let's be honest. If you don't need that extra stop or so of light, from 4.5 to 2.8, 28 mil, you're not going to notice 2 more millimeters. I'll tell you that right now. And I'm having fun with it, and it's just $100. Come on, man. This thing is great. I don't know why I was thinking 200, but for $100, sheesh. We've wasted $100 on, I don't know. Our fiber is $100, but what do we waste $100 on? But we've wasted it in a month for sure. King Kruk says, Rob, did you ever get the planner? I know it was on a checkout cart for months. Well, look at what's on my checkout cart right now because of Viltrox. These folks done got me. Okay, check it out. Here's my shopping cart. Right there. You guys see it? I know, King Kruk, I've been saying the planner, but I could get 2 lenses right now for Z-Mount and still be $1,000 cheaper than the planner. Help me justify the extra cost. Okay? Help me understand why I can get 2 lenses, 2 pro grade lenses for $1,500 or pay for the planner for I think it's $2,300. How do you justify it? It's hard. Times are rough. But these 2 lenses look great. Okay? I'm really about to pull this trigger, guys. About to pull the trigger. And yes, it was in my checkout for a long time, brother. Okay. I'm very late. Hey, Fajar, good to see you. Oh, I have the 14 to 24 is a beast. But again, I could get these 2 lenses and still be looking quite nice for less than the 14 to 24 2.8. And that's why I keep stalling with that lens. I have the Z50. Oh, okay, right on. Awesome. And he put J-Rod puts the 28 to 400 on there. Wee. That's what I'm talking about. Since May, I've been doing at least video work for my social media, including the post I shared with you. I have a BTS and workflows for the shoot this noon. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, you gotta get, if you're not offering video for your clients or anything, you at least need it to promote yourself. You need the video. They like BTS. They like, to see you post more than just photos, even if it's video of you taking photos. Since Voigtlander seems to have hibernated, Viltrox is my favorite OEM lens maker. Shout out to them. Yeah, these third-party brands are coming out with the heat. Okay, they are coming out full force. They don't care. And they're making great stuff. I mean, $100? How do you beat this for $100? Jesus. Let's be honest. And once I share the photos, man, you're gonna be like, oh, that's super. $100? Screw it. Okay. Rob, you coming to Cine Gear tomorrow? Oh my God, King Kruk, you don't even know. That thing's all over my dang timeline. But I just came back from Orange County for vacay, and then I have to go to Michigan for a week in July. So my money, is a little funny. Hello. Exactly. It's about to purge on my wallet. So I spent 100. Hey, King Kruk, keep me posted. Let me know how that cine gear is, because I'm looking to go for sure next year. And let me know how it is. It looks amazing. Every year seems to be, honestly, looks incredible. And all these lens brands are all there. Everybody's there. It's basically like, to me, from what I could tell, it looks like WPPI for cinematography and filmmaking. Like, I gotta get there. J Rod says, I spent $100 on dinner. Shout out to you. Okay. See, you know, if you only ate some McDonald's, well, McDonald's costs a lot nowadays, but you know, you get yourself a little lens. I'd rather chew on that, let me tell you. I paid more than 100 for a lens cap. Oh, Jesus. Ouch. And Z-Wade just reviewed the 135 Viltrox. Ooh. I'm trying to see about the 135 Viltrox that's worth getting. Uh-oh, you guys are killing me here. I have a bargain to deal with. I like the 14 and 16 millimeter more, but damn, I found the secondhand Z 20 mil f1.8 S for under the price for that new Viltrox 16 mil f1.8. Sheesh, my wallet doesn't get any break. You ain't lying, brother. You are not lying, because hey, look, I'm walking in like I'm talking. I'm sitting here staring at this. What do you guys think about this? 1,500 for both of these lenses. Let me know what you think. What do you think? Is it worth getting this? Look at the price for two full frame pro lenses from Viltrox, a 16 f1.8 and a Viltrox 135 f1.8 lab lens for Z-Mount. Should I pull the trigger? Should I stop talking ish about it? Or do I keep showing you all of the value of these two lenses? Was this a third? It's like 30% off. No, it's not like 30% off. It's a lot more percent off. It's probably like half off compared to with native lenses. If I don't already have a Plena, then I get the Viltrox. See, that's the way I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at right now. Or get the DZO Vespids for video. You know, the reason why I'm here, let me show you guys. Okay. Boy, we got really off track with this conversation today. Look at this here. Let me show you guys a little something. The reason why, let me switch this. Let me switch this out. Let's go. The reason why I'm looking at these two lenses is because I need to expand my still photography lenses. Now I have a 70 to 24 to 70, 70 to 20, 7200. I have the 24 to 120. I have a 50, an 85 f1.8. Excuse me. Obviously, as many of you know, like King Kruk held me accountable, held me to the fire just now. I've been looking at the 135 mil Plena lens, ranting and raving about it. And here it is for a fraction of the price. You know, it's like 60% off basically compared to the Nikon version. And then that Viltrox 16 f1.8 would solve my wide angle issues that I may have sometimes. It's like, dang, it's just staring at me. It's really hard to look at these and not want to pull the trigger. Okay. I mean, yes, you're absolutely right. Viltrox is crushing it. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
So just saying. What reason do you want to get the lenses in the cart? The reason is portraits. I love the compression of the Plena lens. And quite honestly, with my 50 and the 135, I can absolutely smash 90% of my portraits with those two focal lengths. Yes, an 85 can do a great job, but I really love the 135 compression I get, at least from my experience using the Plena. And that is a portrait lens. Since I mainly do portraits, headshots, and fashion photography, that would serve me quite well. And the 16 mil is because there are some times, even when I'm shooting video, I want even more of the background or more of the environment. I want to include even more of the environment, creating that establishing shot. And most importantly is when I do portraits, fashion photography, I like what a 16, a 14, or a super wide lens does to a photo. It's a very unique look that you're only going to get with a very wide lens. So those are my two reasons. And the cost is really good for an f1.8 lens at this caliber versus buying the Nikon version. It's just way cheaper. So that's so far. If you think it's BS, feel free to let me know. Like, walk me off the ledge. Okay. Walk me off the ledge. Though I'm kind of leaning more zooms nowadays, especially the Studio Works, I've shortened my fast primes to 20 f1.8, tiny Viltrox 22.8 for fun, and a 40 f2, and got f-mount 105. Yo, that lens is great. The f-mount 105 was my favorite before this dang Plena came into my life. That 105 is the portrait winner chicken dinner. Roy says 50 mil and 85 for portraits, 85 and 135 for headshots. So there you go. So yeah. Oh, now I get you. I was asking why would you not get them two lenses? Oh, see, look at you, man. I can't go shopping with you, man. You got, oh boy, oh boy. Well, you're right. I mean, honestly, all right, guys, you guys are killing me. Let me just see what it would look like. When would it arrive? When would it arrive? Ooh. Oh, it'd get here Saturday. It would get here Saturday if I wanted it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, guys. I'll let you know if I do it. Okay. It says it'll get here Saturday if I order it. All right. Oh boy, I tell you, you guys are really killing me here. You're killing me, Smalls. If you know that movie, you're as old as me. Fajar says the lightness of the Z105 f2.8 macro and its sharpness is tempting. Well, Fajar, that lens is phenomenal, dude. The only gripe I have with that lens is the autofocus isn't as fast as the other Z lenses. That's for sure. So if you're getting it for autofocus, do not get that lens. But if you want sharpness, detail, and those nice crisp macro shots, that lens is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's a great lens. It's a nice lens. So that's my thing. Everyone, press one if you should get. Ooh-wee. All right. Well, you know, if you guys think right now, here we go. If you guys think right now I should get those two lenses, okay? Press one in the chat, everybody. Press one in the chat if I should get it right now. Oh, hey, J-Rod. Yeah. Thank you, J-Rod. He said I'll skip dinner tomorrow. That's what's up. All right. All right. Hey, J-Rod, I hope you click the link down below. I'll get a solid $2, I bet. From all this promoting. I'll tell you that right now. J-Rod, Z105 rocks. Yes, it does. The 105 is faster on the Z9. I'm not sure on the Z6 Mark III. Oh my God, you guys are killing me here. Okay, look at that. I get them, but I'm a gear hog. Oh, see, you're a bad. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man, you guys are killing me out here. There is a hack for that 25-108 to convert it to as anamorphic. I found. Oh, shoot. Okay, Fajar. That's what's up. All right, guys. Here we go. All right. Look what we can do. Show you guys. I'm not messing around with you guys. All right. Let me select the plan here. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Here we go. 135, arriving then. 2 days. Amazon. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. All right, here we go. Look what just happened, everybody. OMG. Okay, check it out. Boom. Order placed. All right. But I'm just letting you know. Okay. There we go. Just did it, everybody. Thank you all for pushing me off the ledge. Okay. Let me turn on this. It's now a somber moment. Oh, you're welcome, Fajar. I have just made the purchase. My stuff will arrive, and when it does, you all will hear about it. So stay tuned. I got it. The Viltrox 135 f1.8 and the Viltrox 16 millimeter f1.8 for Z-Mount. Stay tuned. You will be able to come along my journey of deliriousness and fun and some corny behavior using those lenses. So stay tuned. Subscribe. All right. Yeah, look at you guys. Yeah, I got that. I got those 2 lenses, man. What you mean when I get? I'm not gonna show you my address. Let me see if I can. Let me see here if I can. Let me see if I can. I want to show you guys. I walked it like I talked it. There we go. All right, here we go. Here we go, everybody. Bam. All right, I told you. Yeah, George, you ain't lying, man. I'm telling you. Okay. Mark man says, I'm looking at my planet. Hell angry. Oh. Hey, Mark. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Oh, shoot. You know, dude, you quite honestly, your performance is going to be better than a Viltrox, let's be honest. But what reason why I even had this is because I was going to do something else. I was going to get an iPad Pro, and quite honestly, I do want it for travel and stuff like that. It's much easier to travel than my MacBook Pro, but the lenses make me money. You know, I can use this for gear reviews. I can use it for my clients, etc. So this amount was going to be spent either way. So there you go. Okay. Because of all of you out there, this is why I did it. Okay. I'm doing it for you, for the culture. All right. So there you go, man. I'm just letting you know, hey, well, I just got it just now. All right. Boom. That was pretty cool. Yeah. So that means when I do get them in, I'll do unboxing. I will, of course, oh, hell yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, J Rod. I really appreciate that, man. That means I'll probably get a solid $2.50. And believe it or not, like when YouTubers and we're like, hey, smash our affiliate link, right? We only get like up to 3%. Like we do not live high on a hog here. Okay. It helps us out. It doesn't cost you any more to hit an affiliate link. When people complain about affiliate links, it's I'm not going to say the word. It's stupid. Okay. It's stupid because it takes time for us to do what we do. I have a microphone. I got the Rodecaster 2 here. Got my laptop. I'm paying for StreamYard that keeps going up in price. We got these lights. Like it costs us time and effort to do this so that we all can hang out and have a good time. So 3%, really? It's nothing. It's nothing. And again, it doesn't come from you. It comes from Viltrox. So thank you so very much for helping and getting that lens. Hey, folks, $99. Let me tell you this. This is all kidding aside. If I did not enjoy shooting this lens right here, I wouldn't have just made the purchase of the 2 Viltrox lenses. Okay, let's just be honest right now. Okay, I wouldn't have done it, but I had a great. I'm having fun using that stupid $99 lens. So I'm sure I'm gonna have a fantastic time with those other ones that you guys convinced me and Midwest pressured me to get. Mark Mann says, I have to go, coach. These badass kids. You guys have a great year. All right, brother. Thank you for coming on in. Really appreciate you. And do you still use the Hollyland? Oh, I use it all the time. I was using it today. All the time. All the time. I love it. And it works so great if you have an external monitor and a receiver attached to that other monitor, and you can use it as a director's monitor. It's awesome. Hell yeah, I use it. Okay. My buddy just bought the latest version of it and he loves it. So Hollyland monitors, awesome. Because that built-in video transmission, it's such a great feature to have. If not, if you don't need that transmission, I picked up the Shinobi Go 2, and that thing's awesome too. Super lightweight, good on energy, super thin, and it has all the juicy features. The Shinobi Go. The Shinobi, not Shinobi. It's the Ninja Go, whatever it's called. Okay. I don't really like the Feel World monitor, but it gets the job done. Hey, if you need an inexpensive version, oh, and okay, here you go. Look at this. Jesus. Check this out. Check this out right here. So you have the Ninja 5 right here, which I only like using because it has internal recording. So I can record the screen of my cameras or something. Super expensive. But this is the Atomos Shinobi Go. Super thin. That's how thin it is right there. I just bought the small rig cage for it. But this thing is super thin, super lightweight, has all the features, touch screen. The Shinobi Go is like $250. $250, Mark, man. Midwest says, I just went through something similar on getting the Potato Jet tripod. I got it 16% off. Oh, yeah, that tripod looks awesome. Shoot, I wish I'd get my hands on it, quite honestly. That thing looks awesome, to tell you the truth. By the way, everybody, if you haven't already, please, come on now. Smash that like, share, and subscribe. At least smash the like. At least smash the like. I know your fingers hurt from typing on the computer all day. Smash that like, please. But yeah, that tripod does look really cool, especially for a run and gun shooter, single man army kind of situation. That tripod looks awesome. Little pricey though, not gonna lie. I don't know for sure if I should have got it, but it was my birthday gift to myself. Well, shout out to you, man. Happy birthday. Okay. I have the Esson C-Mo. Not sure what that is. It works great to record the EVF. Oh, EVF with your phone as the monitor. Ooh, I'm gonna check. Okay, J-Rod. All right. Let me look that up. Let me Esson. How the hell do I Esson? Oh. Let's see what this thing is. And it goes to your iPhone. C-Mount Pro SDI USB-C video capture adapter. Interesting. Which one did you get? Oh, the C-Mo you said, right? C-Mo? C-Mo? B&H. Let me know if it's this. Let me know if it's this. Is this it? Is that it right there? Beep, beep, beep. Whoops. There we go. Jesus. Anyway, it's right there. Let me know if that's it. Oh, okay. Okay. The 4K version. Dang. For $74. Use the iPhone as a camera monitor. Record video to your iPhone. Yo. This is HDMI smartphone adapter. Oh, thanks for putting me on game. Thank you so much, Chad. J-Rod in particular. Thank you, J-Rod. This is awesome. Thank you, Midwest, for making me get those Lang lenses. Thank you so much. Anyway, this looks great. Very, very cool. Before I head out of here, I want to ask you guys, let's get to this main question here, right? Even though Nikon plans to raise its rates, yeah, let's go to that. Let's go to that right here. There we go. Let's talk about this real quick. Okay. Nikon plans to increase its price on the lenses and accessories. Will this make you second think about getting new lenses? How does this affect you? What do you think about this move? Thanks a lot, Midwest. Yeah, thanks for making sure I have gas all day, every day. What do you think about this though? What do you think about this? Tell you the truth, if this is coming, I would say get what you can now. Honestly, you never know. I mean, Viltrox is a China brand too, so I'm glad I hopped on it now before things kicked in full gear for them too, and it reflected in the price increase. You saw that happen with Black Magic, and if Nikon does it, I can see Sony for sure and Canon doing it as well. Again, it's for those that are made in China. So not everything, but definitely there could be people affected by this. Okay. So let's take a look. It says discover. Here's the lenses. Okay. Your 51.2. Oh, G, D. Okay. Dang. Going up from 135 to 199. Jeez. Okay. So some of the older stuff, the OG stuff. Let's look at some of that. Okay, 24.18. That's going up $100. All right, so it's like 10% for the most part. 35.14, 35.18. Okay. 85.12 from 27 to 3,000. Good Lord. Killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Okay, let's see. They have the 51. Do they have the 51? No. The 51.2 is safe so far, but the 85.12 is going up $200. Is the Plena in here? Let's see if the Plena is in here somewhere. Let's see if the Plena. I don't see the Plena. Oh, the 35.12 is going up $200. The 35.12. The Noct. Ooh, that thing went up. Almost 10%. Up to 80s. The Noct, the 58 f.95. Dang, I don't know, $8,700. I'm gonna get a cinema camera. Let's see here. Anything else here? The adapters are going up. 28 to 135 PZ went up to almost $3,000. Woo-wee. See, these Viltrox lenses are starting to look good every day. Let's be honest. Jesus. It's a good thing. I don't need a big lens just yet. Price increase is horrible. Yeah, exactly. And then Prices don't seem to be going up in Australia. If anything, getting cheaper. Oh well, then you're in luck, my friend. Yeah, you're in luck. So if I needed a Black Magic and I lived in Australia, I mean they're based in Australia, I would definitely be all over it. Midwest, I don't like the increase, but if you'll need gear, you will adjust. Yeah, you're right. That means photographers plan to increase your rate a bit. Include that it costs you more to be a photographer. It is what it is. It's the cost of doing business. You got to pass it along. J Rod, I was looking at a new telescope mount, but it went up $500. Wow. Jeez. I'm good. Jeez, must be a hell of a freaking telescope mount. I'll tell you that right now. So, yeah, that's the way I feel is that if I'm going to have to eat it, well, first, if you can get it before it goes up, but on the flip side, um, you got to hide it into the cost. I mean, you should have already been thinking that if you're buying your camera gear, that the customer has to pay for it. So you need to charge accordingly. But with this price increase, if you're shooting Nikon like I am for still photography, then you have to keep that into account and raise those rates, or at least cover it some particular way. Because I always expect to, every year about 10% goes to new gear. That's the way it's been. Roughly, it's about 10% goes to new gear. It could be filters, it could be lenses, it could be a laptop, it could be whatever. That's just the way it is. So guess what? Cost of doing business, but guess who pays for it? It should be your clients. All right. None of the bodies though. Yeah, not yet. Not yet. Thank God. Not yet. Maybe they're made in like Taiwan or something. They don't have to eat it as much. China, I think they still have the 30 or 40% tariff. Remember, it was like 145% tariff, and then I think it went back down to 30, while everybody else is generally 8%, 10%, excuse me. Midwest says, after seeing the prices, it's not too bad, but yeah, that's why I did the Viltrox, folks. That's why I went and did the Viltrox, because come on, let's be honest. You can't beat the price. You cannot beat the price. But let me tell you, Mark, man, if I was able to have that 135 Plena earlier, I wouldn't have been upset at all, because the autofocus performance, color, detail, everything. Come on, that lens is phenomenal. So don't even worry about it. I got it because it's just cheaper and it's just the way it worked out. You know what I mean? All right. Looks like we had a really, 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 really good show. With all that said, it's time for me to head up out of here. All right. Yeah. You already know what time it is when I put on this good old music. Now, before you leave, everybody, all right, make sure you go ahead and smash that like, share, subscribe. I really hope you enjoyed today's live stream. Come on, people. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. I really appreciate the engagement. Let me know what you think, how the show went. Post your likes, comments, all that good stuff. Oh, also, next week, like I said, we will be discussing. Hold on, let me put this there. Let me put this here. Where's my dang media? So remember, next week we are discussing photography and AI. So you want to stay tuned next week. Photography and AI. All right. It's going to be a real cool conversation. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the pros and cons and how we can utilize it to do what we do even better. Okay. Because it's here to stay. Matter of fact, it's already been here. Okay. It's called autofocus, but nonetheless, it's already built into our technology. But so let's not put our heads in the sand when it comes to this technology. Let's embrace it. All right. What do we got here? We got some last minute whatevers all through here. Thank you very much. Thank you, J Rod, for tuning in. Thank you, Manila, for tuning in. And will it be real or AI? Well, you're going to have to tune in next week, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on my YouTube channel, J Rod. And you will either see me or my avatar. We'll find out then. Anyway, on the way out, do please make sure you support the channel by at least following me. Well, aside from pressing the like and all that other good stuff, go ahead and Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and all that other good stuff. All right, everybody. So with all of that said, whoop, let me get this off my screen. What the heck is going on? Okay, so until next time, keep shooting and stay creative. Thank you, everybody. See you next time.